CRN Talk.
It's time to get wise.
We've had some serious life experiences. And some of them are funny, some were serious, some were sad, but we lived them.
You'll know real men when you see them and you're in the presence of them.
It's the Wise Guys Sit-Down Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
What we stand for is loyalty, honor, integrity, the old-time values.
People don't appreciate that today.
How would the Wise Guys solve this?
America's favorite family is Albert DeRobio.
Half the nonsense of today would not be tolerated by the old-timers. We're not doing anything wrong.
And Nikki Barilla.
I'll always voice my opinion. I would have voted for Luciano or Capone.
Here's your host, Chris Carley.
Well, 7 past the hour on CRN Digital Talk Radio. We're here with Nikki Barilla. We got Tomas on the ones and twos. I'm Albert DeRobio, and Chris Colley's on assignment. Again, Nikki.
I wonder where he disappeared to.
Right now he's flying over Vegas with his cape on.
Yeah, I bet. I wonder what kind of cape it is.
It's got to be something to keep him warm.
Indeed. Reminds me of that old song, "Baby, it's cold outside."
Outside, that's right.
And boy, is it cold back here in the Northeast.
Yeah, I'm originally, as you know, gentlemen, or may not know, I'm from Buffalo, New York. And I think it is colder there now than when I was there back in the day. I mean, it's just incredible. I overheard on one of the stations there in Buffalo, I got on the internet that they were talking about a freeze warning and a wind chill factor warning. I mean, man, they had more warnings than many of us have had cars.
Buffalo's a very, very cold place.
Well,
I don't have to tell you.
You know, my boy's mother's from Syracuse, and it's cold there also. And they said today that this is the worst weather that it's affecting all 50 states that we've had in the last 20 years. It's affected everybody. And I guess you're below average, too, in California. Am I right, Tomas?
Actually, we're a little bit above average. Go figure. I mean, during the day, when it first happened, we were a little below average. And then all of a sudden, because of the weather change, we're sort of above average during the day, and we're still a little chilly at night.
So are you telling me you're sitting in the studio wearing a bathing suit?
No, not me. I don't have that kind of body, guys. Even when I was younger, I looked like a silly dark geek. I'm sorry, I'm just telling the truth here. But you know something? Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It's just our weather went from to 51
the other day.
51 down
17,
to 17 down during the night to 5 degrees. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been terrible.
And everybody's been getting sick now, colds and flus. I mean, 51 and a big drop like that is unbelievable.
Well, you know, they make fun out of many of us here in Southern California, guys, because of the fact that once it drops below 60, people are cold, but they got to understand that our bodies adjust to the temperature that in what environment we live in. And here it's normally warm, whereas, there in the East Coast, it's colder, so your bodies have a tendency to adjust to wherever you're at.
That's right. Yep. The blood has to adjust.
Yeah, like coming out here after probably about 6 months, you guys would, if you were living out here, to go back where you guys are home, you'd be freezing to death.
I hear you.
Anyway, this is the Wise Guys Sit-Down program on CRN Digital Talk Radio. We got a whole bunch of things to talk about, and we'll be back after this on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California, celebrating 40 years of food, fun, and festivals. Dine amidst the masters in a festive theatrical Italian town square. Enjoy delicious hand-stuffed pastas, tortellini, fresh-baked bread, sauces of the freshest ingredients made from a private stock of Sicilian family recipes. Enjoy our bar and complete wine list and our 5 wines for $10 special. Sunday brunch just $13.95. It includes champagne, an omelet bar, a wide range of entrees, and a chocolate fountain for dessert. Also enjoy our express lunch buffet Monday through Friday, just $8.50. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton, California. Planning a party? Call Angelo's and Vinci's for your wedding reception, rehearsal dinner, bridal shower, or party. Free banquet facilities and a variety of menus and options are available. Call 714-879-4022. Visit us at angeloandvincis.com, like us on Facebook, and don't forget the monsters in the wine cellar.
Stay connected to the Wise Guys all week long.
That's right, Chris. Visit wiseguysradioshow.com for podcasts, show updates, and more.
Email us at wiseguysradioshow.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Nikki, the last time someone followed you, they were in vans, had badges, and you ended up on the news.
Guys, relax. This is different.
I think it was someone calling a tip line that got Nikki followed that time.
12 minutes past the hour here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. It's the Wise Guys Sit-Down program. Albert DeRorio and Nikki Barilla and Tomas here. I'm trying to think of names. I even forgot my own name. See, I'm normally just on the ones and twos. I don't say anything. That's but right. Now I'm having to sit in for Chris Carley, who is on special assignment. What's going on with Mr. Krisky? I mean, Mr. Christie.
Yeah. Christie, the governor of Christie, the governor of New Jersey.
Yes.
Well, they're saying that his top aide caused a traffic jam on the road that leads to the
George Washington Bridge.
The Fort Lee's access lanes that leads to the George Washington Bridge is one of the most busiest bridges in the country. All because they're mad at the mayor.
So he was trying to stick it to the mayor there.
Really? Why?
Now, yeah, I don't know. So, but now, when they confronted Christie, he did the Sergeant Schultz. You know, Hogan's Heroes? I know nothing. So now he's going to leave the top aide out, hang out to dry. But anybody who knows New York, I mean, you're going to clog up roads. You got so many emergencies. You got kids coming home from school, and it's not right on the public. You got to beef with somebody. I mean, work it out without hurting the public.
That's true.
That's ridiculous, especially with all the emergencies, fires, and everything. So what are you doing? You're making a traffic jam, so you're making it harder for all the emergency vehicles to get through. That's not right.
Well, they're saying, Nikki, that that the mayor of Fort Lee would not endorse Chris Christie for governorship for re-election. So
I mean, you're playing games, but you're hurting the public. You're not hurting nobody. But he did the routine. I know nothing.
So, you know, Tomas, in Rhode Island, in Cranston, the city council had a vote to approve something for the police department in the city of Cranston. And one of the councilmen that didn't approve something, that night they went out and they gave tickets to all the overnight parkers parking on the street during the night in that man's ward, whatever ward it was in the city of Cranston.
What?
So, yes. So when they asked what happened, they said, who ordered that? Now, the captain that ordered it saying that he was told by the chief to do it, the chief said,
I know nothing.
That's exactly what he said to the news people. I know nothing.
But really, if that's not like destroying power and ruining power, and it's abuse to me. It's no different than hanging out with the guys in the street. They do it with tickets and writing. But it's just disgusting with something like that. So you got to beef with the guy. Now you're giving all his neighbors and everybody else tickets.
They gave everybody
and they're going to really
tickets.
stick it to him.
So
I mean, come on.
They asked the mayor, Mayor Fung, one of the news people out here, said, Mayor, why don't you just void all these tickets? And you know what the mayor said? Well, they still broke the law. They still parked overnight in no parking zones.
Oh.
You know, but it wasn't because of that, because they didn't ticket the whole city. They just ticketed that one councilman's ward. And you know what? That's unfair, and he should have he should have voided out all those tickets. And this mayor, he's running for the governor of the state of Rhode Island, and it hurt him. It really hurt his integrity.
He really is a real good guy and a nice guy, and he's done everything right by the book so far. With this, I'm surprised he didn't step up to the plate and say, you know what, I'm voiding all these. Let's start from scratch and do it the right way.
And now the captain's left out to dry, who's a personal friend of mine, and I feel terrible for him because, you know what? Everybody knows that he just didn't give an order that didn't come from the chief.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nobody's going to take it upon themselves and lose their badge and lose their pension.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that chief of staff for Chris Christie, he just didn't go out and cause a traffic jam because he wanted to do it. They told him to do it. Now they're hung out to dry. They're their scapegoat. They're their bag man. And it's sad because they're the ones who get in trouble now.
You know, it's really crazy where, you know, the law is the law, and it should be applied uniformly wherever and whatever the situation is. And it sounds like to me things really haven't changed that much, you know, back east or anyway, to tell you the truth. But, you know, we have issues here in Southern California. Certain areas around the colleges, they have problems, you know, like UCLA, they have problems with parking. If you extend your vehicle, let's say, a few feet on the common walkway, they ticket you.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What? It's just that now there's a little more shade on it. And a lot of people, they won't step up to the plate because they don't want to have the same problems that everybody else is having, getting targeted by the police force. Now there's Christopher's aide here, Christie's aide. You know, Hogan, we'll go back to Hogan's Heroes. Colonel Klink used to go, dismiss. He's going to be dismissed.
Yeah, and guess who's going to dismiss him eventually?
Governor Christie.
Dismiss.
And you know Governor Christie's going to take the platform and he's going to say, I knew nothing about this, nothing.
I'll even have on a German helmet.
Yeah, I could see it all in my head.
It's just an abuse of power. I don't think it ever stopped. It's just now there's a little more shade on it. But still, a lot of people don't want to stand up and say, you know what, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, they're afraid.
Because then you get targeted. You're fighting the government. The government is worse than any mob crew, gang crew, anybody you want to know. Because they'll do it to you, and they'll stick it to you, and they get away with it. It's legal for them.
Yeah.
You know, some of these mayors and governors, they think this is back in the 60s and 50s and 60s. That era is over. They would have got away with this 30, 40 years ago, but you just can't do it because all it takes is one person to step up to the plate or have a video camera like they did on that gentleman in California with his dog, what we talked about yesterday. All it takes is one camera, one person have a video recorder, a tape recorder, and you're done. It's crazy to do anything like that today.
It's easier now to pin it out, but it's still, it has
it's abuse of power.
I have to have the people to step up and say, no, this is definitely wrong. But a lot of people won't do it because they're not going to be targeted. They won't want to be targeted.
Well, plus that you have the situation where you know, I heard in one of the former our broadcasts, you know, last hour, talking about the national administration being this, that, and the other thing. I think it depends on who you talk to and how you're being affected. I was talking to our VP operations about that, and you know, unfortunately, again, I have to state that the law should be applicable to all people, not just a single section, not a simple or single group of people. It should be applied to everybody across the board, and this is the problem.
Fair.
No one's above the law. No one's above the law.
That's right. What's the law there for? It's to be equal and fair.
Right.
Well, it's supposed to protect the people. I mean,
that's right.
And the lawmakers are the servants of the people. They're not the rulers of the people. And I think this is one of the problems that we have. They need to go back and study their history.
I think you said a very good point, the rulers, because a lot of them think they're the rulers and they control.
Yep. It's old-time politics.
Mm-hmm. Yep, even more stringent than ever. I mean, to me, it's... I don't know. I just want to say it's almost as bad as it was back in the 50s, but it has a modern twist. And the only people that are going to be able to stand up is people like you and I that have actual proof, like you're saying, the video equipment. I mean, I even have on a tablet I just recently got from my mom. But this is the Wise Guy Sit Down program, CRN Digital Talk Radio, approaching 6:21 after the hour. We have more for you straight ahead. CRN Digital Talk Radio.
There are 3 letters in the alphabet that strike terror in most of us. These are the 3 letters you need to avoid at all costs. IRS. If the IRS is coming after you for $15,000 or more in back taxes, you don't want to fight them alone. You need the help of the tax resolution experts at U.S. Tax Relief. They've helped thousands of people like you eliminate up to 85% of their delinquent taxes. If you qualify, U.S. Tax Relief can settle your tax debts for less than you owe, remove penalties and interest, and protect you from bank levies and garnishments. If you owe the IRS at least $15,000 in back taxes, call U.S. Tax Relief now for a free consultation and see how much money they can save you. Call 800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. That's 800-649-0142.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Whether you're restoring a classic car, building a hot rod, or just bringing your daily driver back to like-new condition, Steel Rubber Products is your choice for quality automotive rubber parts and weather stripping. As one of the world's award-winning custom car and hot rod builders, Bodie Stroud prefers to work directly with Steel Rubber Products on his award-winning project cars and show vehicles. In addition, Steel Rubber works with top builders like Bodie to confirm the fit and function of its parts, as well as develop new products. So for rubber products that fit like the original, last a lifetime, and look like they should, you can't get a better product anywhere. If your dream ride sounds like this, contact Steel Rubber Products and enjoy a ride that sounds like this. Steel Rubber Products, a difference you can hear and quality you can see. Visit us on the web at www.steelrubber.com or call us at 800-447-0849. And remember, if you want the best, you want Steel Rubber Products.
Welcome back to the Wise Guys Radio Show. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. Again, 1-800-336-2225. You can text us at **Wise1. That's **Wise1. Facebook us at facebook.com/WiseGuysRadioShow. You can tweet us at twitter.com/WiseGuysRadio. And our email is WISE@WiseGuysRadioshow.com. You know, Tomas.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
We were going to talk about the incident or the indictments that just happened in New York City with the fire and police.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about that during the break. I mean, goodness, what's going on there in New York with the police and fire department?
You got all firemen and policemen from 9/11 claiming full disability, and now they caught him on camera, who's doing karate, who's deep-sea fishing, playing basketball, riding jet skis, and claiming all these things, which to me is a total disgrace. I had two of my good friends get killed in 9/11, and now they're saying that the families who really needed it, it's short. The money comes up short, which is a total disgrace. It's like robbing an old lady. That is a disgrace, and you've got to be a real piece of garbage to even go in and request that and say you hurt from 9/11.
You know, 100 policemen and firemen were indicted. It cost the city over $100 million. Wow. Like Nikki said, It averages out to each of them about $50,000 a year in benefits that they're not deserving, extra money. Jet skiing, karate, teaching black belt classes.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace. And you know, Nicky was telling me today, during the holidays, he went to go visit two of his friends at the memorial. Nicky lost two good friends, two firemen, in this tragedy. And these are the family that really need it, and now there's not enough funds left.
Yeah, they call it Angel Way, and they set up all the pictures and sayings for the families. I mean, it's heartbreaking when you go through there. But, I mean, for these people to accept money and saying, oh, I got hurt in 9/11, there they are. This one karate guy is doing shows and teaching classes. He's still making his money. And he's on YouTube and everything else. What a disgrace. That's a real low life.
Yeah, I really agree with you.
One very important part was the lawyer that they all went to get these benefits used to be a state's attorney.
Oh, boy.
He's teaching them how to, like, what to do, what to say when you go in front of the board. Don't spend the money too quick. So he's teaching them all along. Meanwhile, this guy worked for the state. Now here he is, as crooked as can be, and he's teaching these guys how to get over on the doctors, how to do this, how to say that. I said, my God.
Say you're sleeping all the time,
yeah, you're
tired.
depressed.
And you know, Tomas, we lived it as a country, but Nicky lived it because he lived in New York.
Yeah.
This was his life. Yeah. He lost his friends. This is where Nicky hung and did his things before he changed. And
I think the whole world felt 9/11 as a very bad thing. I mean, my two friends personally, it really, really hurt. And for these guys to do this, but even, you know, years ago, 9/11, when they used to guys used to claim they worked for sanitation and everything. They used to catch them when they found the body and everything, trying to steal a ring, pick up a wallet.
God.
I mean, what are you, freaking vultures? If that was me, I'm working sanitation, they'll be in that pile too. Are you kidding me?
It's just unacceptable.
Yeah, you're picking bones and you don't even feel for the people. I felt for the people every day. I still feel for it.
Yeah, I can tell in your voice.
Disgrace.
Yeah, you know, I even, you know, feel lost and saddened by this whole situation in 9/11. I mean, there are some people I found out, friends of mine, that were lost during this travesty, and I don't know. I just feel that mankind now has become lower than the animals. I mean, the animals, they, you know, when another animal dies, sometimes they're forced to eat the animal, but, you know,
survive.
To survive, right? But
not to make a profit.
Yeah, exactly. Only we're supposed to be higher than the animals, and yet.
Absolutely, amen. That's you're absolutely correct.
How many of these people in New York, they say, okay, now we got another scam going. To me, that's not a scam, and that's not a way to make money. On other people's hardship, that's a low life.
You know, Tomas, karma never expires, and let me tell you something. Payback's a son of a gun, because it will come back.
It will come back. You'll suffer, pal.
Well, you know, also, too, I believe in, you know, the heavenly creator of us all will be the final...
Ultimate judge.
Ultimate judge. That's true.
Right.
That's right.
Me too.
Well, gentlemen, Al, Nicky, it's been a joy sort of sitting in for Chris, sort of, you know, talking with you on the Wise Guys Sit-Down program, and join us again tomorrow at the same time for more interesting talk and conversation about what concerns the guys in an undisclosed location back east. Al, why don't you take it out for us?
Remember one thing. Never compromise your inner being. Ciao.